Is the battle between Vegeta and Hit going to result in such a way to where the outcome of their battle is going to be as predictable as people think, or are we in for a massive surprise that will shock the entire world? How powerful will Vegeta be on a comparative level to Hit, and will he suffer a second major loss to the Universe 6 assassin, or will Vegeta's battle result in him having vengeance and eliminating one of the greatest threats within the Tournament of Power? And again, if you guys are new to this channel, be sure to go on ahead and punch that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you guys can be notified whenever a Dragon Ball video is posted onto this channel in terms of news, information, updates, and spoilers. Hashtag notification squad to be up to date with all the latest in Dragon Ball. So I wanted to take the time right now to welcome everyone in the Discord to this overall discussion, as we are going to be talking about Hit versus Vegeta and the gravity in what may result between those two. Now I wanted to get everyone's thoughts in this Discord chat about Vegeta versus Hit, because it was confirmed by Toshio on Twitter, who is one of the writers for Dragon Ball Super, that indeed they do have plans on initiating some sort of a rematch between the assassin and the prince. Now we saw, based as what happened during the Champa arc, how Hit battled Vegeta, and it was a very one-sided battle. Some would argue and say that it wasn't necessarily fair, because Vegeta had no knowledge going into this fight about Tokitobashi, about what Hit was able to do, and you know, gradually speaking here, both characters have improved tremendously. So I wanted to go ahead and start off with Daz. If you can hear me, Daz, I wanted to get your thoughts on Vegeta versus Hit, and I wanted to get your thoughts on how you believe this fight's gonna go, and in your opinion, considering how strong Vegeta has gotten, and considering the feats that Hit has, in your opinion, do you believe that one character is going to supersede the other, or do you see this battle somewhat resulting in a stalemate? Because as strong as Vegeta has gotten, we can't deny what Hit's capable of, and in this Discord chat, I don't want to ride any character, because you have to respect both, but in your opinion, between the two, how do you see this fight carrying on in your opinion? Alright,
well, first off, I'm hype. Second off, I don't see... This time, I don't see Hit completely dominating Vegeta, because in one of the upcoming episodes, Vegeta's literally getting put into a bottle. So from a marketing standpoint, I don't think they should have Hit completely decimate Vegeta again. But when it comes to a stalemate, like you said, I don't feel like it'll be a stalemate. I personally see Vegeta winning, because I don't think they're just going to make Vegeta lose 2 times in a row to the same person that Goku can casually keep up with now. Like, it's just, nah, I don't feel it.
So when they do fight though, like, do you see, since you're saying that in your opinion Vegeta is going to take the W, in this contest, right, do you see Hit catching Vegeta off guard to the point where he severely damages him, or is it going to be something to where Vegeta adapts completely and, you know, oversteps time skip? Because in the beginning of their fight, he wasn't able to adapt to time skip. Time skip was really putting Vegeta down for the count in striking his vital points, and to the point where Vegeta didn't even understand what was happening. So
yeah, I feel like Hit's gonna catch him off guard, because they both know how each other fight, like how each of them fight. So I feel like Hit's actually gonna catch Vegeta off guard some, but Vegeta over time is gonna start adapting to Hit. He's like, I understand how you work, understand how your Tokitobashi works, so, and I understand that you're not as powerful as me, and if I can overpower you, then, you know.
But do you believe that also, seeing as how Hit can use cross dimensions, do you think that would play a huge role in Vegeta missing a lot of his attacks?
It would, because Hit's not dumb enough to use the same thing over and over against somebody like Vegeta, who's renounced to be the tactical out of Goku and Vegeta. I mean, out of both of them. So,
but also having to look at it, since you're picking Vegeta in this case, if Vegeta were to prolong this fight and continue, can you see Hit adapting and even superseding him, or do you see this to the where Vegeta's not going to allow him to, you know, improve and just take him out right there on the spot? What do you think?
Yeah, of course.
So you don't see Vegeta
Hit adapting, because Vegeta, when it comes to Vegeta, when you get him mad, he tends to start flopping all over the place. Like, he tends to be easily to manipulate in battle. But as we know, Vegeta, he's the type to go all out from the beginning in certain situations where he knows he has to dominate his opponent to win. So it all depends on how Vegeta acts. If Vegeta doesn't play smart, Hit's gonna get the best of him.
Okay, so by the end of the game, you're calling it as Vegeta, right?
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna do this to Vegeta, because, like, you're literally putting him in a bottle. Like, that's just disrespect. by
some chance, by some mere chance, do you see this resulting in preserving Hit's character? Do you see this fight resulting in some sort of like a double knockout to where one is attempting to take the other one down, and instead he grabs him as like a sacrament and goes down with him? Like, do you see this resulting in some sort of a double knockout?
Yeah, it's either a W for one of them or a double knockout. I just don't think it's gonna be a one-sided slaughter on Vegeta's case.
Okay. I want to move on to Thunder. So Thunder, I wanted to get your thoughts on Vegeta versus Hit. How do you see this fight playing off? And do you think that perhaps maybe Hit's ability to use cross dimension, time skip, you know, striking the vital points is going to be as effective as it was before? Or do you believe that, just like Daz said, it's highly possible for Vegeta to end this early because he knows of Hit's rapid improvement rate, which is scary because he's improved so much against this fight with Goku. He could do the same against Vegeta, no problem. If given the time, he can do that against Vegeta. So between Vegeta and Hit, do you see Hit winning, Vegeta winning, or do you see them, you know, sort of having like a double knockout here? What do you think?
I think Hit's gonna slaughter his ass because, really? Yeah, because
why, Thunder?
Bro, because listen, Hit, we've been underestimating him. Every single person has been underestimated, and I believe we can all agree that it might make it to the top 10. Okay, he's the top. He's around the top 10 fighters in the tournament power.
Right.
I feel that Vegeta, he's fodder right now. He's never done anything really that good in Super. I don't feel like defeating Hit's gonna do anything. Think about it. Goku needed Kaioken times 20. Vegeta doesn't have Kaioken. Vegeta just has blue. Vegeta's getting put in a bottle from the Mafuba from the spoilers. I just don't see Hit losing to Vegeta. I just don't see it happening.
So you're saying that by the end of this, since a lot of people are kind of underestimating Hit, you can definitely see Hit doing the exact same thing he did before to Vegeta. If not, probably like not as severe, but by the end of it, you're calling it that Hit's gonna beat Vegeta.
Yep, I pretty much see that happening.
Even after, so you're saying even after he came out the time chamber, even after he was able to handle Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, who was very powerful, you're saying despite all of that, Hit is still gonna have the upper hand against him.
He's gonna have the upper hand, I believe that, because we've seen like, especially if there's no killing, if Zeno says, okay, you can kill everybody, you can kill Hit.
I mean, if he can kill it, that's an entirely different story, because obviously if he can kill, that's bad news for Vegeta. But by the end of it, you're calling it right now and you believe that it's going to be Hit. I mean, that's different because Daz says Vegeta, you're saying Hit. I want to go to It's Senzu. So Senzu, I want to welcome you back to another discussion. I wanted to get your thoughts on this in the fact that I wanted to get your opinion between Vegeta and Hit, because I feel like, in my opinion, to preserve the nature of both characters, you can't have one lose against the other so easily, because you have to preserve Hit's character, because he is a very BA character. He's a very badass. He's one of the most vital points in Super right now after being introduced, because everyone gravitated to him a lot, and not just because of his personality, but because of his abilities. So taking all of that in this tournament right now, when Vegeta, not if, but when Vegeta encounters him again, what do you believe is going to be the end result when Vegeta fights Hit one more time? Do you see Hit taking the W, Vegeta taking the W, or do you see this resulting in some sort of a double knockout, in your opinion?
Well, thank you for having me, Alex.
Always.
And to refer to this battle, I'd first like to say, in Dragon Ball Super Episode 72, when Goku and Hit had their rematch,
yeah,
Goku overpowered Hit using his Super Saiyan Blue powers, not Super Saiyan Blue times 10, just Super Saiyan Blue.
Yes.
And he was on the cliffside watching this. Vegeta knows about Hit's time skip, Hit's invisible ki blasts, and how to overpower Tokitabashi using Super Saiyan Blue. Now also, in the Goku Black arc, Vegeta overpowered Goku Black and was stated to be superior to Goku. So got Vegeta, who was stronger than the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who was stronger than the Hit, who also overpowered Hit's time skip. So we know that Vegeta is at least capable of doing the same feat. Now, the reason I think Hit's so popular is he's pretty much the Vegeta from Super. So when it comes to battle, I think unless Hit's got something new, or unless he improved drastically with the Dispo fight, I think Vegeta will beat him.
So you're agreeing with Daz and saying Vegeta, and you can't take away what Vegeta has brought to the table, because I mean, we can all agree, thus far in Super, he hasn't been treated the way he should be treated, because as a character, he at least was neck and neck with Goku. And just like you said, he was there when he watched Goku fight Hit. We don't know for how long, but he certainly knows about time skip. But the question is, even since he already knows about what time skip is Vegeta going to finish the job early, rather than giving this man time to improve. Because even with Dispo, right, Dispo was tremendously more faster than Hit during that time when they first fought. But look at what Topo said. Topo said, look, because when Kunchi said we have this fight in the bag, Topo said, no, pay attention, that fighter Hit's no ordinary fighter. If you look at what he's doing, he's adapting to Dispo's speed. It's a trap. So even though he was avoiding vital shots, he was getting hit on purpose just to adapt to his speed. And look what happened afterwards. Afterwards, Hit was like, what are you gonna do next? What am I gonna do next? Why don't you use your ears and listen closely to find out what I'm gonna do? And he time skipped the shit out of him. So that's very impressive. But by the end of it, you're saying that Vegeta is going to take the W because maybe it's needed, but either way, but you're saying that Vegeta, in your opinion, is going to beat Hit in this tournament, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, alright, so I want to go to Spiral and get your thoughts on Vegeta versus Hit, in your opinion, between the two, as we just discussed, because I think a lot of people in here are leaning more towards Vegeta than Hit, with the exception of Thunder, who thinks that Hit's going to decimate Vegeta in every aspect. So I wanted to get your thoughts on Hit versus Vegeta. How do you believe this fight's gonna go? And in your opinion, between the two, who do you believe is gonna take the W between Vegeta and Hit?
Thank you for having me, Alex.
Always, man.
I want to go towards Vegeta because we've seen multiple times that Vegeta has always catched up to Goku. Even if Goku has left Vegeta behind, Vegeta always catches up to him somehow. And he learns how to adapt to other people's fighting the same way he did to Goku Black. Even though he fought Goku Black multiple times other than Hit, he fought Hit only once, and that was during the other tournament. I would think he would adapt to Hit's time skip. Even though in the end, Hit might adapt to Vegeta once again, the same way he did to Kaioken Goku at the end of the other tournament, or how he did with Dispo Speed.
Yeah.
I think Vegeta would probably like just that little breaking his limits or go beyond, like same way Roshi did in the other episode,
right,
when he decided to push himself. So I'm leaning towards Vegeta.
So let me ask all the people that are voting for Vegeta: are you guys voting for Vegeta because you feel like it would even the score, or do you genuinely feel like he's not playing around, like he's gonna wreck this man? Because even it's embarrassing.
No.
Like in the last tournament, he got decimated. So like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't see Vegeta wrecking him. I'm just saying, in order to market this fight very well, just don't have a one-man slaughter with Hit winning. It has to be even, where Vegeta actually has to try and push himself to overcome Hit, as somebody that has decimated him before.
So would you say it's good character development to have, or at least by the end of it, let's say for example, if Hit beats Vegeta again, how would you feel about that? Like, would you feel like it's kind of like, you know? I
would feel it's just crapping on Vegeta now, because like I said, you're putting him in a bottle an episode before this, so it's
episode
like
107, yeah.
Yeah, you're putting him in a bottle, out of all things a bottle, and then to have him get decimated by Hit afterwards, kind of just messes up his character for me.
But what about if per se Vegeta is the one to beat Hit down severely, but only manages to get ringed out? Not to the point where he loses, but because remember, I mean, you can have all the abilities and power in the world. I mean, all it really takes is for someone to outsmart you. What if Vegeta does beat Hit down in some way, shape, or form, to where all he does is outsmart Vegeta and throwing him out? Would you be satisfied by then, or?
I mean, since that's normally what they're going with Vegeta, since we had that with Frieza, I've had that with Goku Black, I mean, I'd be satisfied that Vegeta was winning, but at the same time, it's like, why didn't you just give him the W?
Yeah,
so.
right. Well, I guess it's to preserve the nature of, like, each individual character, because you can't really have one shit on the other completely.
And I mean, I guess they do that to Vegeta, so it's a way for him to actually develop himself, but at the same time, he still needs some rewards for actually developing afterwards, so.
Right. And yeah. I feel like it's very rewarding to see Vegeta get the W, because so far in this tournament, we know that Goku's going to have the fight, and he's going to have the premier form, and so we don't know what to expect out of that. But I want to jump to Scale. Scale, if you can hear me, I want to get your thoughts on Hit versus Vegeta, your opinion, because for the most part, a lot of people in here are voting for Vegeta, and they believe that Vegeta is going to be the one to beat Hit this time. So in your opinion, who do you think is going to win, and how do you see this fight playing out in your opinion?
All right, thanks for having me, Alex.
Always.
The thing is, Vegeta versus Hit is one of the most expected fights in the Tournament of Power, because let's forget about Jiren and Goku for now. Vegeta and Hit are two top-tier characters. They're two god-level characters, two high god-level characters. And I feel like Vegeta has to win. At this point, it's no longer a choice. It's an obligation, because it's like Vegeta
he hasn't done much either. Remember that?
Yeah, I know, but Vegeta is not a rival to Goku for nothing. Like, he has to be given a big W, because I don't think that, as much as they shit on Vegeta, like, as far as relevant characters go, I guess we can all agree that Vegeta is the most shitted on character.
Agreed.
Agreed, yeah. He had the most development, but he had, like, you know, the spotlight.
Yeah, but they just do it to crap.
Yeah.
This is the greatest battle that Vegeta has ever been in his entire life. Like, I feel like if there is a time to reward Vegeta's development, his character development, it has to be now. You cannot give 2 consecutive
wins to hit,
to hit, or 2 L's to Vegeta. You have to even the score, but it's not just about even the score. It's like Vegeta deserves a big win, because I feel like he needs to do something relevant in the Tournament of Power. Sure, so far he has been relevant. He's the one that has the most knockouts among everyone that is there, both individually and working with his teammates, especially with Goku. But it's like he needs to prove that he is worth something, and that he's someone in the Tournament of Power on a one-on-one fight. He needs to prove his worth, and I think that this is to uphold his pride. Like, he is a warrior at heart, he's a warrior at soul. He has to prove to himself, as well as to his universe and to the multiverse, that he is worthy of being in the Tournament of Power, and that he can defeat Hit, because Hit is no joke.
No, he's really not. People like to... I've seen it before. People were making fun of Hit's character because they were just like, oh, look what happened with Dispo. But people forget that it wasn't Dispo's power. It was Dispo's speed. It really threw Hit off guard, because even Hit said it himself after he got hit the 3rd time. He came back off from the ground and he said, I can't see his movements. I feel as if I'm getting time skipped himself. Like, he understood what was happening, but he even said it himself. He goes, give me a little bit of time and I'll turn the tides, no problem. And look what happened. By the end of it, even Champa was like, yo, Dispo's getting confused, because Hit was attacking him so much. Hit even told him, use your ears and try to figure out what I'm doing. Who knows what I'm going to do next.
That's another thing too about Vegeta.
I agree, because it's like, I think that the fight is going to be like this. Vegeta and Hit, because they are both very serious fighters, right?
Right.
They're very stoic, they're very prideful, so it's like they are going to destroy one another. If they go at full power, they're going to destroy one another. Hit is already damaged, which I think it is the main handicap to Hit. It's the main thing that prevents Hit from winning this fight, because like I can see this fight being stalemated. Like, either side can win. They're both about the same level of power, but it's like, what is going to define this fight's outcome is the plot, and because it's like, I think that Vegeta he has to have developed something while he was training in the hyperbolic time chamber, just before the Tournament of Power, because it's like, there would be no point for them to even show Vegeta training in the hyperbolic time chamber if he had developed nothing new, if he had just increased his power, because he only spent like 2 weeks there.
So by the end of it, between the two, you're saying that Vegeta is going to be the one to get the W, because he needs it relatively to keep his character.
And Alex.
Yeah, what was that, Daz?
And another thing is that since Goku's gonna get this limit breaker thing, right, which is gonna leave Vegeta in the dust, I don't think back to the marketing aspect or viewpoint, I don't think it'd be right to just crap on Vegeta by making Hit win and then have Goku transform into limit break, which would even crap on Vegeta's character even more. So it's like they have to give him the W in my opinion.
But even if let's say even if Vegeta beats Hit and he goes on into the tournament, you know, even further, I mean, would you be satisfied to see him beat Hit but then lose to somebody else afterwards, or would you rather see him go towards the end? And even if anything, because some people really want him to win because he has a lot to lose here, like in this respect. It's because of Goku that this is all happening, whether you want to look at it from like a bad point of view or a good point of view, because he's saving the universes on one hand, while on the other he's trying to fight for his own greedy desire. It depends how you want to look at it. But let's say he does beat Hit in this tournament and he gets ringed out after by whoever. Would you be satisfied by that because at least he took down a top tier character, or would you still say it's BS because he didn't go the distance as far as people wanted him to go in?
No,
I'd say it's BS that Vegeta won the fight in general.
Really?
Bro, Thunder, what is your problem with Vegeta, bro? Like,
bro, I've never liked Vegeta, but that's my own personal bias. But putting that aside, like Vegeta's just so like he's so irrelevant, like so irrelevant in my opinion.
Is he irrelevant because of his character, his power, or do you think his placement in this tournament?
Everything, not even in the tournament. Just in general, I've never, when Vegeta was on screen, I'm like, oh, it's just this guy. It's like, oh, it's Tien on screen or something like that. But in general, I would just say Hit, he can't lose. Like, I don't know, personally, my mind can't comprehend that Hit would lose to Vegeta. He'll just adapt. Vegeta's pride will be, first of all, his pride's already been broken many times, so it's just that he's like, oh, Vegeta won't lose because he has a family back there, but like Vegeta's always just been there. Like, Hit will adapt. Hit can trick Vegeta like he did Dispo. Like, remember when Dispo was about to
hit Vegeta, him and then he crossed dimensions,
hit, but then he like, Hit is very smart. That's how he adapts. So I feel that he'll notice, oh, this guy, his temper is gonna be the death of him. He's gonna provoke Vegeta, and Vegeta's gonna be out.
I understand what Thunder say, but I'll have to disagree because I think that there is no way that they will shit on Vegeta to this extent.
They've been shitting on Vegeta for this long.
No, but I'm not saying in terms of quality. I'm saying in terms of quantity, because this would be too much if they shit on Vegeta like this against someone who he has already lost. It's over for him on the series. It's over for him completely, because it's like, I would be all right if Vegeta won against Hit and he was knocked out sometime afterwards. I would like to see him last sometime longer, perhaps knock a few heads and then being eliminated. But here's the thing, I would only accept if Vegeta was eliminated by 3 people. I would only eliminated by Frieza if he betrays his own team, by Jiren because Jiren is basically One Punch Man in this tournament, or by Toppo because it will be the perfect opportunity to showcase how powerful Toppo really is, especially Vegeta has not lost that much energy and still has enough stamina to stand up against another top tier character.
And the thing is about Vegeta is we saw him, I don't know if you guys remember, we saw him gun after Hit early in the tournament. You guys remember that? I think it was like when Botamo was with him, when Vegeta rushed and Botamo got in the way. He gunned for Hit right from the start. He gunned for him right from the start. So, but what I'm saying here is, like, looking at this from an overall standpoint, people tend to forget that you know, that there are other characters in this tournament that might get in the way. For example, what if Vegeta and Hit do have an amazing fight, a beautiful fight, but some other asshole decides to step in, either Frieza because he wants to, you know, extract his revenge on Vegeta for what he did in ROF, because in ROF, yeah, come on, let's face facts, he beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. If Frieza bucks up to Vegeta,
that would be, if you look at it from that standpoint, that would be a very surreal and great moment to see Hit versus Vegeta for a moment, until Golden Frieza steps in, and here we have Vegeta and Hit working together to handle Frost or Frieza. But what I'm saying here is I can see Frieza getting in the way and saying, oh Vegeta, like, you're having a hard time, whatever, what happened to that bravado? Like, he's an asshole. I can see him getting in the way.
Yeah, I agree, but it's like, I don't think that Frieza can handle Vegeta and Hit. I think that he
not, but I mean, in terms of separating Vegeta,
he can handle one of them at a time, but both of them, I don't think so. One thing that I think that they could do, I don't think that they would have Jiren to just eliminate them both when they're about to do the final bout, and then he just crosses his arms and says, I'll take this. Like he said just before he knocked out Kale. But I can see something like Vegeta and Hit are duking it out. They're about to finish their fight, like literally the last blow. Someone, which I think that the only one that other than Jiren which could do that would be Topo. Topo could be an opportunist and just take the opportunity to just knock them both out of the ring, so that they didn't even finish their fight.
Do you know how many people would hate Topo for that? Oh my goodness.
No,
but Topo is horrible, bro.
Like you said, Alex.
He's not horrible.
No, he's horrible.
No, but it's like you said, Alex. Topo hasn't done anything in this tournament so far. So what would be the best thing? Then he can get 2 wins, 2 major wins, because Vegeta and Hit are top players of Universes 6 and 7. To basically use his wits, because that's what he has been doing. If you look at the spoilers at the preview of 107, you see Dispo and Jiren fighting, but you don't see Topo fighting. You know why? Because he has sent his boys to fight for him. He's preserving himself so he can be last one standing. Even if Jiren by somehow fails to defeat Goku, he will still be there. Because I think that in Topo's mind, Jiren and Goku are going to double eliminate themselves. He will probably be witnessing the fight against Hit at the same time, because I think that those battles will be simultaneous. But ultimately, coming back to Vegeta against Hit, if the fight has to have a winner, it has to be Vegeta. Not because...
No, absolutely. And I think that despite what happens... Let's say Hit wins or Vegeta wins, I guess we can all agree that they would both be severely damaged and severely tired, which leaves them open for whoever else is going to be in there, like Topo or Frieza or Jiren or Goku or whoever, which is a problem.
It really depends how long the fight lasts.
No, absolutely,
Alex,
but what I'm saying here is, despite even how long it lasts, you can still only assume that they're going to be tired and damaged and drained, because, come on, Vegeta versus Hit, at knowing both of them and knowing how hard they can fight and how long they can go, it's not going to be a short thing. But what I'm saying here, what I'm also saying is, I want to get Ryan's opinion on this. I want to get Goku Black and everyone else. If anyone else has anything to add onto Hit versus Vegeta, because with the exception of Thunder's the only one who's rooting for Hit. Everyone else is going for Vegeta. Does anyone else feel like you guys agree with Thunder in saying that Hit is very underestimated right now in what he can do, and that he could beat Vegeta? Or do you guys believe that it's going to be Vegeta's moment and they're just going to even the score? So if anyone else has anything else to add, Dorian, Dave, Goku Black, you guys, the floor is open to you guys.
I disagree with Thunder.
Okay.
I said Vegeta got this.
So Vegeta takes the W.
Yeah. Because like Vegeta here, like Hit may improve like with speed and strength, but like with techniques overall, most techniques still have the same weakness. Add the fact he was there when Goku broke Hit time skip, so he will know exactly how to break it. Of course, by asking Goku and the others how to do it.
I don't think he would ask anybody else for help. I mean, because looking at Vegeta, why would he be like, Kakarot, tell me? No, I think he would do it on his own. I think that,
he's too prideful to do that.
Dorian, if you have anything to add, Dorian.
I got Hit.
Oh, you got Hit. Wow, Thunder, you have a recruit. Okay. Now I'm curious. Why do you have Hit?
It's just the way they've been setting up Vegeta since Super started. I mean, not since Super started, but since the Tournament of Power started. Like, they've just been setting him up for failure.
Setting him up for failure. So
yes.
you're saying that by the end of this, despite how strong Vegeta is now, because he has gotten stronger, you're saying that Hit's gonna win. But how do you see the fight going? Like, how do you see it being a one-sided thing to where Hit decimates him, or do you see it like a back and forth?
Not one-sided, but I see it going back and forth. But I do see it being that Hit's going to outsmart him, because Vegeta doesn't really use his head a lot. So I got Hit beating him by using that.
Okay, so we got Hit and Thunder. We have whatchamacallit? Damn it, I lost track of you. Where you at? We got Dorian and Thunder that voted for Hit. Everyone else is for Vegeta.
Alex.
No, yeah. What's up?
Can I explain why I think that Vegeta is going to win?
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, but the point is here. It's like looking at where they come from, right? Looking at how much Vegeta has gone through since the Champa arc, right? We can all agree that he's gotten stronger, he's gotten more wise. In the manga variation is going to be most interesting because the manga is going to be a hell of a lot different. And we're going to come back on this video and touch up on this on a part 2 video after the fight happens. But I think that, yes, in the aspect of smarts, I think that intelligence-wise, Hit may have the upper hand on Vegeta. Because I think that going into this, Vegeta's going to be stronger, but Hit's going to be a lot smarter because let's say Hit gets overpowered, he can just easily try to come up with a method how to either A, adapt, or B, think of a way how to get this guy to burn right through his energy or do something to where he can catch him off guard. Because I feel like both characters are gonna bring a lot to the table, and that 1 hour special, who knows? Maybe during that 1 hour special, it's not gonna be just Goku and Jiren. Maybe it's gonna be Hit and Vegeta in the same episode, you know, simultaneously fighting as Goku's fighting Jiren. But you know, this has been a great conversation because everyone in here has different opinions, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me on this. We're gonna touch up on this again in another video, but I want to let everyone know that if you guys have any opinions of your own to add, drop your opinions down below if you guys are voting for Vegeta or Hit. And you know, despite what everyone else in this chat said, if they voted for Vegeta or Hit, they're not fanboying. That's just their opinion. So if anybody out there disagrees, let us know why in a very mature manner. Because you're gonna get people talk about, well, he's just riding his nuts. But a lot of people in here gave reasons as to why. So let us know what you guys think down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all so much for joining me here today. If you guys enjoyed the discussion, slap a like down below. If you guys want to join us, the Discord link will be located in the description box, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll be seeing you all in the next conversation. Take it easy, guys. Peace.